Imagine being able to buy a house with no job, no savings, and no proof you could ever repay the loan. I mean, it sounds insane, right? Well, in the early 2000s, the US financial system was handing out these loans like free samples, and the entire world was quietly building up a financial bomb that would later explode in 2008. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you're all well. Just before we begin, if you're new here, please remember to subscribe and so you don't miss out on any new content as I'm posting every 2 weeks. This is the first video in a series of 3 where I'll be telling you all about the build-up, what occurred, and the still present aftermath of what experts say is the biggest financial crisis in human history. Right, so let's get straight into it. In 2006, everything perfect on the surface. House prices were climbing, banks were richer than ever, and everyone believed that the American housing market was unbreakable. But the foundation of that booming system was already cracking, and it starts with just one word: subprime. Subprime mortgages were loans given to people with poor credit, unstable finances, or a history of missed payments. Traditionally, banks avoided these borrowers, but starting in the early 2000s, something changed. Banks realized that they didn't need to hold mortgages anymore. Instead, they could approve a loan, send it to Wall Street, collect some nice fees, and send it to someone else to deal with whether the borrower repaid or not. Then, Wall Street came up with something new, an innovation that would supercharge the financial system: a mortgage-backed security. Wall Street bundled thousands of mortgages together and turned them into one financial product called a mortgage-backed security, or MBS for short. Think of it like blending 10,000 smoothies together. Some good, but some also questionable. Once you mix everything, it's hard to tell which ingredients are actually bad. And investors who bought these mortgages-backed securities, they received a slice of the mortgage payments each month. Better yet, the mortgage pools were sliced into tranches. Layers ran from safest all the way down to riskiest. The AAA, so the safest tranches, got paid first, and the BBB and lower tranches got paid only if the top layers were covered. Credit agencies, companies like Moody's or the S&P stamped many of these products AAA. This rating meant they were extremely safe, basically the same rating as a US government debt. This opened the door for massive global investment. And now, everyone made money the moment the loan was signed. Mortgage brokers got paid per loan, banks got paid selling loans to investment banks made millions from selling MBS to investors worldwide, and rating agencies got paid for stamping products as safe. So instead of banks asking, can this borrower afford the loan? They asked, can we get this loan sold? Suddenly, the standards absolutely shattered. Some borrowers were approved without proof of income, proof of employment, and proof of assets. This became known as ninja loans. No income, no job, no assets. If you could sign your name, you could get a mortgage. Wall Street did not stop at mortgage-backed securities. They built something called CDOs, which are collateralized debt obligations, which were in essence a bundle of the lower slices of multiple mortgage securities, mixed together, then just sliced again. It was financial alchemy, turning junk into AAA gold, at least on paper. Investors believed that they were buying safe products because the models assumed house prices never fall. And for a while, that assumption looked very unbreakable. But the risk was everywhere. Here's the real danger. See, a single mortgage in Florida can end up in a pension fund in Germany, a bank in the UK, or an insurance company in Japan. The risk was no longer local, it was global. Hidden inside financial products so complicated even professionals, they couldn't fully track them. And by late 2008, subprime borrowers began to default. Interest rates reset, payments skyrocketed, and homeowners just couldn't keep up. Defaults hit the mortgage pools. Suddenly, the safest AAA products didn't look so safe. Banks started reporting mysterious losses, and investors began losing confidence. But no one yet realized how interconnected the system really was. The bomb had begun ticking.